meditation or mindfulness is not difficult. It's just so very ordinary. The mind that observes the emptiness that meditation is, perceives meditation, emptiness, as its own end. No objective thing, no thing, likes to consider its own end. We do not as human stories, as human beings. And that human being, that human story is largely a mental narrative, an attachment to the thread of what we call time, constant recollection, reflection and projection of past events, essentially an interest in what has been, and the impact of what has been collectively, or even momentarily or recently, or way back in time, and how we currently, presently feel and think about that, perceive that from here. So direct human experience is essentially the experience of being here now. This is clear once we take any spiritual or therapeutic or clinical or psychotherapeutic process to its inevitable and mature conclusion. We come to this recognition that I am here, and that were we to apply time to that thought here and now and say, can I remember, can I recall a time when I was not here? Well, of course, we remember pictures, places, people, images, icons, times, faces, the good and the bad experiences, the things we remember that we love and the things we despair about that we had to go through. This is the human waltz. But where are we when we recall these things, when we are asked, is there a time when I was not here? Well, we are still here as we remember images, thoughts, feelings, places and people that are not here, but we are still here as we remember them. So in this way we never leave here. I am here is the highest wisdom we can come to. Of course, thereafter, what can we do with that? Well, of course, in the recognition and the soon embodiment of this very isness, quality of what is, and the recognition and inhabiting of the experience of this nowness, we live spontaneously. So here is our word. We see that even thoughts about a past, people, places and things, imaginings about the future, people, places and things, only spontaneously appear in the here and now. The embodiment of I am here is to newly, freshly live out of an unendingly broad, dynamic, timeless, objectless sense of direct experience to, with and as our very being. We become spontaneously living energy, not energy in a new age way, but energy in a, we can feel that we're here. So it's very real, it's empirical, it's scientific in this way. There is no doubt I am here. And we embody that. And wherever we are, whenever we are thereafter, we're present to that. And whatever arises, we attempt to love that. We experience the very essence of our own being as a radically okay, undivided sense of knowing this, and ideas of things about that, whether it's back there the imaginings about in the future over there, or those people, or anything that isn't in the very direct isness of right here and now. Then we can at best say that those are outside of thought itself, simply that appearing in this. And in this way, we are liberated from the human warts, from our own stories, and all human suffering is an attachment to the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves. And we become trapped in those stories and the mental narratives around them, the events in the past, or the attempts to recreate beautiful experiences in the past, in the here and now, by putting things outside of ourselves in the right order so that the feelings and thoughts we have inside of ourselves feel fluid and serene enough and manageable enough that right here and right now is an approximation of a good time in the past. We try and locate the things that make up our day and our world and the relationships we inhabit to people, places and things, in order to fill briefly and temporarily pockets of okayness. And in this way we attach ourselves to the experience of things outside of ourselves, having the right people around us, excluding the wrong people, whatever that is, decluttering our lives on every level, the emotional, the psychological, the therapeutic, the material, and the literal, and just putting the world in the right order so that I can feel okay. And this is exhausting, of course, and of course what arises out of that is temporary pockets of the peace that we seek with every activity that precedes the effort to get to the peace that we sought. And we arrive there and we're like, ah, yeah, perhaps we've retreated from the usual parameters of life, we've gone on holiday, or literally put ourselves in a retreat, or we've taken a time out, or we've just been overwhelmed so much by the doing that we've collapsed into a brokenness of being rather than a healthy sense of being. Human beings essentially live like this, and in our search for meaning, happiness, purpose and definition, esteem, approval, and feeling okay, we carome around a world experienced through our senses, trying to get things in the right order that I might feel okay. But if we don't think about it, if we don't use the mental infrastructure, if we lose our attachment to the story, if we de-invest in a relationship with the essential being of who I am, right here and right now. You can do that now, you can inquire that now, we can inquire that now, and look to see if anything's missing. What's missing? Right here, right now. Yeah, if we don't think about it, if we don't use mind, this beautiful, terrifying, gifted weapon of endless creativity and all that is great about life, that can be a danger in the wrong hands. Don't go in here without a responsible adult. Or we can live spontaneously. Just beautiful. Explore being here now. Ask yourself, in the I am here, who is this I? Where am I? And what goes up to make here? And we recognize that I am here.